Hey everybody, Allie has gone to her dad's this weekend and I wanted to do a video anyways, and seeing as our slime kind of epically failed from the video we did the other day, I thought I would do something that I knew was a surefire win. So what I've done this time is made out of cornstarch and just water, and you can use food coloring like I've done with this blue one. You can make this goo that is like a solid and also like a liquid depending on what you do to it. So here I've got the pre-mixed blue one, and it's been sitting for a bit, so the water's kind of sitting on top and you can kind of see the color kind of separates a bit, but as you can see it looks really liquidy, but when you try to move it, it looks completely like a solid. It's like the more you try to move it, the more of a solid it becomes. And then when you stop moving it, it immediately turns into a liquid, which is like super cool. And it's like the easiest thing to make. All you just do is add a little bit of water at a time to some cornstarch, and as you go, just make it to the consistency that you like. And this is really neat. It looks like a total liquid, but it's not. It's like really hard to move, which I thought was like the coolest thing ever. So that's the blue one. And then I've also gone and made a just plain clear one, and same thing. Oops. It is also, this one's a little bit thicker than the blue one. The blue one I added a bit more water, but as you can see, it like chips and breaks off in pieces, but then it completely liquefies. It's like the coolest thing ever. And you can play with it in your hands and everything. And it's pretty easy to clean, just rinse it off. I wouldn't recommend playing with it near any carpet or cloth or anything, but cool, huh? Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to make it. Now, what I've done is gotten a bowl and just some plain cornstarch that most people have around the house. I have a lot because I used to use it for diaper rash, and believe me, this stuff works wonders for diaper rash. And also I love shortbread cookies around Christmas, so. Okay, so I'm gonna put a couple of spoonfuls of cornstarch into my bowl. And then I'm going to get myself a little bit of water, which conveniently is located right behind me here. And I've gone ahead and grabbed some really neat colored food coloring. Neon, pretty neat. Okay, so you start off by just putting a little bit of water at a time, because you don't want to add too much. And it just kind of soaks in. And as you try to mix it, it actually becomes super lumpy and chunky. So that's how you know you need a bit more water. And now you can see the water sitting there, right here. But it's a little difficult to mix. And you can kind of see it starting to turn into the liquid a little bit. Add a bit more water to that. Not too much, because the food coloring's liquid too. And so it takes a few minutes to actually get it to mix the way you want it to. So it actually looks like a complete liquid here. But when you try to pick it up, it solidifies. How neat is that? This is just really, really cool. It's a great experiment to do with kids. It's pretty easy. They can do it themselves. And then it'll be quite fascinating for them to watch it run off their hands. Pretty neat. Okay, now I'm going to add my food coloring. So let's do some pink this time, because I've already done blue. Just put however many drops you want. The more drops, the darker it'll be. Put that away. And Under there you can see the food coloring kind of just sits on top. So this is a good way to see how it actually mixes together, because it's quite difficult. You can see where that is just the coolest thing ever. Okay, it's almost all mixed. There. And it looks like a solid. And now it looks like a liquid. This is so cool. And I'm gonna put some in my hand. If I can try to get all of it to act like a solid for a second. There. Okay. Isn't that cool? And then if I move my hand, it actually feels solid. But then it liquefies and goes through my fingers again. Let me do this again. So there it is going into my hand. It looks like a liquid. Feels like a liquid until you close your hand, and then it actually feels like a solid. And it will chip and break off and fall back into the bowl and liquefy again. So it's like super, super cool. It's a really fun thing. Kids will really love this. A lot of fun. Pretty neat. And pretty easy to clean up too. All you have to do is just rinse your hands with water, and basically that's taken care of. If you're using food coloring though, sometimes your hands might actually turn the color of the food coloring, which I discovered earlier when I did the blue one. My hand was blue for a little while. Yeah, so that's tonight's easy experiment that worked, and it'll work for you. It's pretty cool. Really neat. Fun to try. Feels really weird on your hands. And the really cool thing about this is, watch, you're pouring out a liquid, and watch how you can just pick it up. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? Like, that is just so neat. It's a lot of fun to play with.